Get in shape, 5 simple steps. So you may want to grab pen and paper unless you're driving. In case you're driving or working out, just listen. I'm going to share with you the best I can and as direct and fast as I can. How to get in shape, 5 simple steps. First things first is to have a clear, specific goal. I believe everyone going for a fitness goal should have a clear, very specific goal when it comes to fitness. So we'll do a little exercise right now together. If you could wave a realistic magic wand and you can have your body, your health, your energy, any kind of way you wanted it to be over the next year, what would that be like for you? Think about that. That's the idea, is to get really clear and specific. So I encourage you to if you're just catching this piece right here, just lock in on this, to be clear and specific with your goal. I'll use myself as an example. I was recently measured at 180 pounds at 11% body fat. My goal is that I am at least 190 pounds and at or below 10% body fat. That is a very clear and specific goal. So I encourage you to maybe start with a body weight and a body fat, or clothes size, something that you can really relate with. If you have a question about body fat percentages, consider going to Google search. I think we all know what that is. Google search and search men and women's body fat percentages and look up images. Search for images, and you'll probably see some descriptions, some images of men's and women's from low body fat to high body fat. You can look at it and kind of gauge where you're at on the scale and then where you want to be. So I encourage you to be clear and specific about your destination. That's the thing. I want you to be very clear, very specific about your goal. So lock it down. So then what we're going to do is we're going to set up an affirmation / prayer around your goal to solidify it. So what we're going to do. So you may want to write this down too, unless you can just remember it. This is the phrase: I am happy and grateful now that I am. That phrase right there. I am happy and grateful now that I am. That's the phrase. And then this is how you include it in your goal. I am happy and grateful now that I am at least 190 pounds and at or below 10% body fat. That's very clear and specific. So I encourage you to do the same thing. Lock it in. If you do just that one thing, that'll nudge you on to the next level. Is have a clear, specific goal. Right. Now, once you have the goal, the 5 simple steps are simply proper training, nutrition, recovery, supplementation, and mindset. Those 5 things. Going into your next, right now, if you're watching this currently, we're heading into 2025. If you're wondering how to build a quality program, keep in mind it's really only 5 simple steps: proper training, nutrition, recovery, supplementation, mindset. 5 simple steps. In regards to training, say for example, imagine for a moment we have a twin engine airplane, 2 engines on the plane. Consider each engine, one engine is strength training, one engine is cardiovascular training. Say we're flying along, ideally, we want to have both engines going on the airplane, right? That's the best case scenario. Now, what if we only had one engine on the airplane? Well, it wouldn't be as efficient as if we have both engines going on the airplane. So when it comes to your exercise program, I encourage you to have a blend of strength training, exercising, and cardiovascular exercising. I encourage you to blend it together. There's a lot of different ways to do it. My current way right now is 5 days a week of cardio in the morning, 5 days a week of strength training in the afternoon. Very simple. So it brings us to nutrition. Imagine for a moment that we're trying to build a 2-story house from scratch. And imagine that if we only have half the materials necessary to build the house, how far are we going to get? The foods that you and I eat on a daily basis are like the supplies that goes towards building our bodies. So think about all the foods that we eat on a daily basis are building our bodies. So look at what you've eaten over the last year, over the last 10 years, and then look at yourself. And it's a big correlation between what you ate and where you are right now. If you want to be better going forward, I encourage you to be focused in on a specific strategy. It doesn't have to be exactly how I do it, but look at the way I do it. Look at, study, create your own way. However you do it, I encourage you just to get moving. It doesn't have to be perfect right away. Everything doesn't have to be just right. I encourage you to get moving. I encourage you not to just stay stuck. Keep moving. So when it comes to diet, I do encourage a whole food, plant-based diet based 50% on fruits and vegetables, then whole grains and legumes, lentils, nuts, and seeds, and a whole bunch of, it's all kind of delicious things to eat nowadays. And then if you want to go a little step further, consider watching the documentary, The Game Changers. The Game Changers. It's on Netflix and YouTube. Right? So that's nutrition. Number 3 is recovery. Imagine for a moment that the thing with recovery, over the last several years, I've had the honor of training 3 different neurologists. One's a neuroradiologist. And they do a lot of study around brain health, sleep, recovery, the whole thing. They've all 3 said 7.5 to 9 hours sleep a night is what they recommend for optimal health. Now, I know I've heard less. I've heard different things. You do you. I'm just telling you that's been my research. You do your own, what's best for you. But that's what I encourage to myself and to people I work with. I feel like it really does a full, nice recovery. There's a lot of great things that happen with recovery. It helps with, ultimately helps with fat burning. It helps with just our bodies lasting longer and more healthy. So consider 7.5 to 9 hours sleep a night. Consider that. Number 4 is supplementation. So we have training, nutrition, recovery. Simple step. Supplementation. Generally, I break supplementation into 2 basic categories: nutritional supplementation and enhancement performance supplementation. A nutritional supplementation is like a protein shake, which I love, and I've drank 2 a day for my whole fitness career. They just taste good. You can make them a lot of different ways. They're wonderful, and they do help get our nutrition in. And then there are enhancement performance supplements for strength. Say, for example, creatine monohydrate is a basic strength enhancing supplement. Right? So that's the difference. Some nutritional supplements and some enhancement performance supplements. So you see how it's kind of all building? We have exercise, nutrition, recovery, supplementation, then mindset. So last but not least, exercise, nutrition, recovery, supplementation, mindset. To top it all off is mindset. That's very, very important. Imagine for a moment that we're trying to build a large hotel. And you know those the big crane machines, and they have the box and the person pulling the lever in the box? I feel like that is where how our mind is with our body. Our mind is pulling the levers, right? Our mindset. Whether you exercise or don't exercise, a lot of it is here. Whether you eat healthy or don't eat healthy, a lot of it's here, I believe. So when I created my exercise routine, hey, I told myself, have a conversation with myself, I'm going to do 5 days a week of cardio because that's what I wanted to do. That's what I want to accomplish. And 5 days a week of strength. Now, I tell my mind to tell my body that's what we're doing. And I always think about this because when it comes first thing Monday morning, to do that first cardio right there, and your body says, your mind says, oh, I'd rather not do this right now. But the mind decides, you get it? The mindset decides, no, I'm committed. It's not even a thought. I'm going to do it. It's not even there's no if, ands, or buts. The mind decides. Your mind decides whether you follow through in your fitness program or not. And that's also ultimately where coaching does come in. I am a virtual fitness coach. I have a very affordable approach to offering a lot of value for a very affordable cost. And sometimes that's what we need is we need a professional that's going to hold you accountable, that knows your goals, and every week checks in with you, goes over your challenges of the week and your victories of the week, and shows you how to get through it, encourages you. Sometimes that's what a lot of times we need is accountability, but not accountability to a friend or a loved one, accountability to a professional, someone that's going to walk you through that process. So if you're watching this and you've always been curious about virtual fitness coaching and how does it work, consider reaching out to me. Text me the word consult to my phone number 520-400-9573, and let's get together. Let's make 2025 your year. All right. I'm going to wrap it up with that. Appreciate your time and your energy. And remember that health is wealth. Without our health, what doesn't matter earthly possessions we have? Our health is wealth. So be blessed and have health. All right. I'll see you on the next one. My goal is to come at you every Tuesday. I was late today, but every Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, 1:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Live. Bring your questions. This is here for your support. If you are asking me questions, you can call in. I'll take your call live on the air. I'll put you on speaker, and we'll go over your call just like a call-in show. All right. All right. That's it. Be blessed, and I'll be back.